Good afternoon. Here is Teamside Media News, read by Ifeolaoye. President Muhammadu Buhari has extended the tenure of the Professor Kemi Ponde-led Interim Management Committee of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, from May 1 to December 31, 2020. This is according to a communiqué by the President's Special Aide, Femi Adesina. In his statement, the special advisor noted that the extension is to cover the period of the forensic audit of the NDDC earlier approved by the Federal Executive Council under the chairmanship of the President. In the same vein, President Buhari equally approved that the NDDC provides intervention support to complement efforts of the federal and state government against further spread of COVID-19 in the 9 states of the Niger Delta region in the sum of 6,250 billion naira. The materials and supplies are to be done through emergency procurement method as provided in sections 42B and C and section 43 of the Public Procurement Act 2007. All Progressives Congress APC National Chairman Adams Oshiomhole yesterday urged employers not to sack workers. According to him, stakeholders should deepen the humane content of industrial relations this season. He said states should not cut workers' salary in dealing with the economic impact of the coronavirus pandemic. In a message to Nigerian workers on the occasion of May Day 2020, the former Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) president pleaded with private sector employers to act as responsible social partners. Oshiomhole, a former Edo State governor, noted that with the looming economic crisis, inflation would surely make nonsense of the 30,000 minimum wage. According to him, the Buhari administration is fully conscious of the vital link between social and physical security. He said President Muhammadu Buhari has reset the button for multidimensional change in Nigeria. The Minister of State, Labour and Employment, Festus Keyamo, today said the federal government is working hard to minimize the loss of jobs in Nigeria due to coronavirus pandemic. Keyamo said this in his message to commemorate the celebration of Workers' Day. He, however, commended Nigerian workers, especially those faced by challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Presently, Nigeria has a total of 1,932 confirmed cases of coronavirus as cases continue to increase. There have been reports online of retrenchment of workers in private and public sectors as coronavirus eats other. Governor Gboyega Oyetola last night announced an extension of the statewide lockdown imposed on the state to curb the spread of the coronavirus pandemic with 3 more days. According to the governor, who spoke in a statewide broadcast, the 14 days extension, which ended midnight yesterday, will last till Sunday evening. Oyetola, however, said from Monday, there shall be partial lockdown from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Thursday, May 7, to allow people run their businesses as well as government activities. From 6 p.m. on Thursday, May 7th, the governor declared that total lockdown will resume till Sunday every week, pending when further directives will be announced. Mr. Oyetola noted that during the 4 days of the partial lockdown, movement of vehicle and persons is outlawed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., while the bans on social, religious, and educational gatherings remain in effect. The state's chief executive also said strict measures will be in place to forestall the breakdown of law and order and also to deal with culprits involved in sabotage of the Osun Disease Emergency Regulations 2020. Nigeria has recorded 204 new cases of the novel coronavirus, bringing the country's total infections to 1,932, according to a tweet by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) yesterday. Of the new infections, 80 are in Kano, 45 are in Lagos, while 12 are in Gombe. Yesterday's new cases are the highest reported in a day since the NCDC started compiling the pandemic data in February. The number of deaths from the virus also rose to 58, while 319 have now recovered. Across the world, the novel coronavirus has killed 230,309 people since the outbreak first emerged in China in December, according to a tally from official sources compiled by journalists yesterday. More than 3,218,410 cases were registered in 195 countries and territories. Of these cases, at least 922,900 are now considered recovered. Kano State Governor Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje yesterday requested that the total lockdown imposed by President Muhammadu Buhari be eased. Ganduje made the plea during the inauguration of a 7-member specialized expert to support the state's technical committee on the government house. It will be recalled that Buhari, in a broadcast on Monday, announced the total lockdown of the state with immediate effect to stem the spread of coronavirus. The decision was taken following mass deaths recorded in the state. However, yesterday, Ganduje sought for urgent easing of the 14-day total lockdown to mitigate the economic hardship. He said the people of Kano were running out of food, especially during the fasting period. According to him, easing the lockdown would enable them restock their homes. Ganduje further noted that the government was expanding facilities to accommodate an increasing number of suspects. President Muhammadu Buhari's special advisor on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, has claimed that the person who leaked his principal's draft speech hours before his last nationwide broadcast has been caught. Adesina revealed this in a piece titled Enemies of the State. 4 hours before Buhari's speech, a copy was already in circulation on social media. He said the individual has been traced and is now paying for his evil action. President Buhari addressed the nation on Monday, during which he extended the lockdown in Abuja, Lagos, and Ogun by another week. The president also announced strategies for an ease of the lockdown and dusk to dawn curfew from Monday, May 4. The leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, has advised ex-President Goodluck Jonathan to challenge the allegations against him by President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Kanu said this yesterday while reacting to moves by Buhari administration to subpoena bank records of Jonathan and his wife, Patience. The IPOB leader warned that his group would no longer tolerate the intimidation and harassment of former President Jonathan and his wife, Dame Patience. IPOB also said that those who are calling for the accounts of Dr. Jonathan and his wife were the real people looting funds in Nigeria. Kanu urged Jonathan to abandon his gentleman toga and confront the government headlong. Meanwhile, Jonathan had, in a statement by his spokesman, Ikechukwu Eze, clarified that he has no account or property abroad. The National Working Committee, NWC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asked the Osun State chairman of the party, Honorable Soji Adagodo, to step aside. In a letter addressed to him by Senator Usman Sauri, the national secretary of the party, Adagunodo should quit being the chairman of the party in Osun, pending when full investigations will be concluded into allegations of maladministration, anti-party activities, and malfeasance leveled against him. Sauri said the decision was imperative as the report of the National Disciplinary Committee of the party found him culpable of the allegations and complaints against him. The General Superintendent, Holy Ghost Revival Mission, Ilesha, Osun State, Evangelist Joshua A. Ajeigbe, has declared a 3-day special fasting and prayer for the nation from today, 1st of May, to Sunday, 3rd of May, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon daily. The church, in a statement by its media department, Dawn to Dawn Lighthouse, says due to the pandemic and measures taken by the government and other organizations, the 3 days special program tagged God's people in God's presence, COVID-19, and divine deliverance for Nigeria, a time to avert an impending doom on the nation, would be transmitted live on the station Ijebu-Ijesha, Timsed 94.1 FM for the 3 days. The statement, which states further that COVID-19 pandemic has brought about untold hardship in every sector of human endeavor, enjoins everyone to join the program and use the opportunity to reach out to God and ask for both public and personal help at this crucial time. Evangelist Ajeigbe in the statement says, "World is in time of emergency, where almost everything is on ground zero," adding that it is time to turn to God for help. The first episode of the program is held today. Join Evangelist Ajeigbe at 9 a.m. to 12 noon for another episode on the station tomorrow. That ends Timsed Midday News, read by Ifeolaoye and packaged by Ifeolaoye. Good afternoon. Thanks for listening.
Timsed FM, Ijebu-Ijesha, Osun State.